Angela Merkel is hosting Emmanuel Macron for meetings in Berlin. The German and the French leaders are both obviously discussing the pandemic and how to get economic recovery well and truly underway. Merkel has vowed to spearhead the plan as Germany assumes the rotating EU presidency on Wednesday. And there you see, of course, suitable social distancing of the two leaders as they arrive to see each other. The Siemens Chief Executive Joe Kaeser is in Berlin and joins me now. Joe, it is good to have you, as always, sir. You know, I read about the performance of the company, and to some extent, I take the numbers that we're seeing now and in the second and the third quarter with a huge dose of, well, it's to be expected. Where do you think you'll see improvement, a sort of bottom upon of recovery that you can build from?
Well, hi, Richard. First of all, thank you for having me today. You know, we had a very decent first calendar quarter, which is our second fiscal quarter, where we saw some resilience in the software business. But you also said that, you know, in the current quarter, we do see a material decline on the numbers. By the same token, we said we do believe that we will see the bottom in our fiscal Q3. What you also said, though, that it's way too early, you know, how long that the bottom is going to last. So that's where we are. There is not really much news on this one because we believe that the jury is still out on how long that pandemic is going to last and how long it takes to restore confidence and trust in the capital goods environment.
You see, that's the core here, because the things that you sell are expensive. They are large-scale infrastructure in many cases. And it does raise the issue, if budgets become tightened, if there's austerity following on from recovery efforts, do you fear that you could suffer?
Well, look, I'm not getting paid for being fearful. And I'm getting paid for showing people the way and look at the opportunities which we have. And there's tremendous opportunities. First of all, we have quite a massive portion of software business, so that means recurring revenues. Same is true for the service business, like in energy or in healthcare. The other thing is, you know, we hear from our political leaders about trillions and billions of stimulus packages. I think what we need to go look now is how can we structure, you know, those funds to make a meaningful contribution, and how can we take advantage of the global stimulus packages which are around the world, in China, in the United States, in Europe. So I'm actually very confident that Siemens got all the tools and all the power to be able to significantly contribute and build a better world by a better infrastructure, automation, and digitalization. You know, if something good comes out of that pandemic, other than that people get to terms on how to work together and to collaborate, this is going to be the acceleration of the digital industry going forward. And as you know, Siemens is the undisputed leader in the digital automation. So what we believe is that digitalization in the industrial world is going to happen much faster as it used to be when we were before the crisis.
Now this is you're onto something here, because the way in which, I mean, the mere fact, for example, that I am still broadcasting from my living room, and I'm likely to be doing so for the rest of the year, and the producers of this program are in their various homes. There has been an industrial revolution before our very eyes, brought on by a pandemic, and I wonder, from your point of view, how far this will go. Well,
that makes actually two of us that we are wondering how far it is going to go, because it is not only about technology, it's also about, you know, the lawmakers and the regulators on how we are going to accelerate digitalization. How are we going to accelerate that people can work from home? How quickly can we come up with a meaningful set of rules that those people are being supported? How can we make sure that data which we are going to, you know, to exchange between the home office and the central server are going to be safe? So this is a lot also about protecting our data, about the free flow of data. It is a lot about 5G, which means real-time delivery of fast data transactions. So there's a lot of opportunity here, which we see. And our engineers, they used to work in their labs, you know, to innovate the next generation of products. Today, they can do that from home if you have a fast connection, if you have a digital twin, which is the industrial revolution. So there is a lot of opportunity, and the sense of urgency which we were put into when the pandemic struck, you know, will help us to accelerate things much faster. Because a lot of people said, well, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. A lot of people said, you know, we need to travel to see our Siemens people meeting Siemens people. Today, we do video conferencing, and it works. So it saves a lot of money, it makes us much more effective and faster.
Joe, if I had $1 for every time I've had to think or say, this won't work, we can't do this, we've never done it this way before, but we are now all doing it. And the final question to you is, what more do you need to do at Siemens to position the company best to take advantage? Or are you happy that the restructuring that's been done so far has gone sufficiently far?
Well, what we have done in the last couple of years now is nothing but preparing the company for the strongest, the fastest, and the most impressive transformation which we have seen in the industrial world. And that's true for all three Siemens companies. Siemens Healthineers, Siemens Energy, where we have the transformation from conventional to renewable, and then, of course, the Siemens Industrial, where we are going to accelerate the digital twin, which we call Industry 4.0, or the Internet of Things. So that actually is the beginning of a three-company approach where every company needs to be fast and accelerate the transformation. First thing. The second topic is that we actually now are going to go into a very decisive step. On July 9th, we are going to split the Siemens company in Siemens Energy and into Siemens Industrial. We have an extraordinary AGM on July 9th, and we do expect that the shareholders will fundamentally agree to that split, which makes the Siemens Energy company much faster and more focused. And that's the beginning on how we are going to go about, as I said, the biggest transformation of all time in all three sectors. So what does it take? Well, first of all, take every complacency out of the way, because there is no time to be complacent. Second topic is we need to show our people the way so that they have a perspective of the future, that there is a life after COVID-19, so that they know what's in for them. But the third thing is it's about leadership. You know, you need to do what you say. And you need to go first, you know, if it comes to new territory and new things. And that's exactly what you're up to.
Joe, thank you. I appreciate it. That's excellent to have you with us tonight. And a full view on Siemens. Thank you, sir. Now,